Happy New Year, friends. We are back. 2024. Can you believe it? Oh boy, what a great start to a new year. And I hope if you have not yet set your intention for your home, that you'll go back and listen to episode number 211. And then be inspired for today's episode as we dive right into a listener's question who says, how do I simplify my decor? This is timely, especially as we start a brand new year. So you might want to take some notes on this one. I'm definitely going to do this as my Christmas tree is still up and I'm going to be taking it down this weekend and simplifying. All right, enjoy today's show. It's Quick Tip Tuesday. You have questions, I have answers, and I am so glad to be answering them for you today. If you have a question that you want answered on the show, pop into my DMs on Instagram at figandfarm. Send me an email at figandfarmathome@gmail.com or join the Facebook group and ask there. bit.ly/design101 group. Let's hop to it. Let's answer your question. And if you find value in this, I'm sure someone else will too. So make sure you share with a friend. Pauline asks, how do I simplify my decor? Pauline, this is a really great question, especially on the heels of Christmas, where sometimes our home decorating feels a little overstuffed. I know when I put out my Christmas decorations, I have several bins, 4 or 5 bins of Christmas things, and it makes it feel so incredibly cozy. But I definitely get that itch at the end of the season to put it all away and to kind of do a deep clean and a reevaluation, and that is the time we're in right now. I'm doing that this weekend, and Pauline, as I'm doing it, I'm going to do these 6 steps. So be mindful of how you're going to prepare. But the very first thing I want you to do is I want you to sit in the space that you're starting with. Now, I do want you to do one room at a time because it can be really overwhelming to walk room to room to room and have it inundate you. So start with one room. For me, I'm going to start with my library. When you're in that room, I want you to write down how it is you feel with all the things, including the Christmas if you still have it up. But how do you feel with all the things? Does it feel like it's bogging you down? Does it feel like it's overwhelming? Does it feel like too much to manage? I had a dream the other night. I'm feeling a little overwhelmed in my space recently. Part of it, yes, is for Christmas. Part of it is because I have a lot of my stuff for my shop out and I'm crafting a little bit and it's just kind of extra stuff on the table. But part of it is just the stuff in general. And I had a dream the other night about the overwhelm. And very clearly in my dream was remove the stuff. Okay, I'm going to take that message into account. I am going to take that advice from my subconscious and I'm going to do it. Remove the stuff. When you remove the stuff, you eliminate the overwhelm. You can see your space a little more clearly. You can enjoy your space a little more fully. You can have a little bit more time because you're not managing all of the things that are taking up your time there. And when you do that, when you remove the excess, you have more time for the people you love, who you share your home with. And that is the goal here. So Pauline, you're going to start first by really examining how you feel in that space. And then I want you to take a picture, take a couple pictures, because sometimes what you see in real life isn't what you see in a picture. In fact, this is one of the kind of fine-tuning decorating tips I give, is to take a step back, take a look through the lens of your camera, snap that shot so that you can really see kind of the things that are sticking out to you. Sometimes they stick out a little bit more like sore thumbs than other times. So, journal how you feel, take that picture, and then are you ready, Pauline? This is a big one. Remove all the stuff. All the stuff. Except for your anchor pieces. Now, if you're new here, you might not know what an anchor piece is. If you're been around for a while, you know that an anchor piece is something that is either built into your home or too costly to replace every couple years. Think about things like mantles, dining room tables, couches. In my library, in the case of my library, I have the built-in bookshelf and I have some furniture. I have 2 leather armchairs and I have a little leather love seat and a coffee table and an area rug. Those are the things that are staying. Everything else I am going to remove, quite literally. I'm going to remove it. Now here's the trick, Pauline, because if you have a lot of stuff in that room, even the teeny tiny things, what I call peripheral pieces, those things are going to take up space and it's going to make a big mess somewhere else. So as you are removing, which is, by the way, step number 2, as you are removing, you're going to move right into step number 3, and that is to declutter as you go. Get rid of the things that you know already as you're touching each item that you no longer use, they no longer bring you joy, they no longer serve your purpose, that you can bless with someone else. So remove and declutter as you go, and take those things that you've made a quick decision on, put them immediately into your car so that today or tomorrow you can drive by the donation center and get rid of them. Now, you're still going to have a lot of stuff left. You're still going to have all that stuff you removed. Where are you putting it? Caution here, Pauline, you are going to have a big mess in one room that I want you to sit with and I want you to be okay with. Are you ready for this? For 1 week. You're going to sit with it for 1 week. You're going to quiet that room for 1 week. And quieting that one room means you're going to make a big, sloppy, ginormous, gigantic heap of a mess somewhere else. But I promise it's going to pay off. So as you are sitting in this quiet new space, I want you to be mindful of the way that you feel now and give it a deep clean. Take advantage of that. Move the chairs, move the rug, roll it up, mop underneath, wipe down the shelves. For me, I'm going to climb my ladder. I'm going to wipe and dust the tippy top shelf. I'm going to do it all. I'm even going to, we have one of those extra little windows that are above the main window. It's quite a chore to get up there. And there's a little ledge. I'm not entirely sure why they built that, but they did. I'm going to dust up there, remove some of the toys that inevitably got caught up there, the balls that went flying, the airplanes that went flying, the Nerf bullets that went flying, all of those that landed on that shelf, I'm removing those too. I'm going to take down the curtains. I'm going to wash the curtains, give that a really nice airing out, and I'm going to enjoy the room for a week. And I want you to take that time. This is the critical part of the step. And by the way, I think we're on step 4. I want you to really enjoy the quiet. Maybe have a picnic lunch in there one day. Maybe come in, if you work from home, maybe come in, Pauline, during the day and do a meeting in there. Maybe write your thank you letters for your Christmas gifts inside of that room. Use that room in a way that maybe has not been used before or in a long time, but enjoy the space. And after a week has gone by, it's time to now think about what we want to go back on the shelf. And as you are handling each object, I still want you to have available boxes of donations, boxes of trash, and I want you to, as you're handling them, think about that item and if it belongs in your space now, if it's valuable enough to take up real estate after having lived without it for a week. Does it bring you joy? Does it bring value? And when I think about value, I think about functionality. Is it serving a purpose here? And what purpose is it? Is it just a thing for thing's sake? Okay, if it's just a thing for thing's sake, do you need it? Is it bringing you joy? And if it's just a thing for thing's sake and it is not bringing you joy, put it in that donation box. Let someone else get a little joy from it. And as you go through item by item by item and you put things back on the shelf, think about, is that in alignment with how you felt in that quieted space, in that quieted room? And go back even. Did you like the quiet space? If you didn't, you think, oh my gosh, I love this stuff. Fantastic. Put everything back the way it started. But my guess is here, Pauline, you're going to really enjoy the quiet. You're going to love the simplicity of it. You're going to love the cleanness of it. My guess is you're going to really love it. And it doesn't mean you have to keep all shelves empty, but of course you could. But it means be really intentional now with what you're bringing back in. And in an effort to make sure that those things that you leave off the shelf stay off the shelf, put them in that box, put them in the back of your car, and take them to the donation center. Let someone else find joy in the things that are no longer serving you or that you're no longer getting joy from. And Pauline, as you are evaluating each item, remembering too that the intention behind what you put out on display ask yourself, does it tell your family's story? Does it highlight your personality? And if it doesn't, and now you are living with minimal things on your shelf, maybe now is the time to be really intentional with the decorating part, with the telling your story part. And you can lean into that a little bit. All right, I ran through those steps, but we're going to recap really quickly. Number one, you're going to sit in your space as it currently is, take a picture, see how you feel, journal about what it is that you feel while your room is still fully stuffed. And then, number two, you're going to remove everything. As you go, you're going to declutter. That is step number 3. Declutter, remove things, make quick decisions. Remember, if we think about clutter as a decision that has not yet been made, these items are each decisions, and you can make a quick decision. If it's a quick decision, great. If it's one that you need to wrestle with, let that week be the thing that you need to, that time that you need to evaluate the item. Step 4, you're going to sit in the quiet for a week. Really think about how you feel in that space. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Really evaluate that. Step 5, you are going to put things back in as you go, but as you go, which is step 6 too, you're going to declutter again as you evaluate and ask yourself, do these items bring you joy? Do they bring you value? And hopefully that will allow you to simplify your decor. All right, friends, if you have a question like Pauline, you can send me an email. hello@figandfarmathome.com, and I would love to answer your question on the air. Or send me a DM on Instagram @figandfarm. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Hey, real quick before you go, if you learned something new or found value in today's podcast, would you head over to iTunes to Fig and Farm at Home and leave a review and subscribe to the show? That would be awesome. And if you'd like to connect with my community of mamas who are learning to be intentional storytellers within their own homes, join us at bit.ly/design101 group. There's always more room at the table. See you soon.